See, it is. Let's see, the 9th? I don't even know. Alright, so look. Look at all the shit buried under the snow. It's from the winter. I don't even know if it's from the, what do you call it? From the wind of the last couple months. Could be, it could not be. But I still think people are just illegally dumping in my yard. That's my neighbor's cat bowl. They keep taking it. They keep taking his cat bowls and dumping them. So I'm gonna have to tell them about that. Oh yeah, that's what I have to look at. Come springtime. I'll put new plants. And dig everything out. Check board, of course. Look at the disgusting pigs, man, we live with. Got a face mask, like really? I got this mess over here. Yep. Your neighbors did that. I already had issues with them. When they started moving and they started putting their garbage not in front of their house, but they put everything in a box. Well, it wasn't recyclable. And they put it on our side. And then other people walking by was putting their garbage in our pails. Convenient there was nobody else's pails they did that. So Mrs. got angry with them. So, they didn't come out. They didn't do nothing. And then my brother-in-law had talked to them. And didn't do it again. And now we got those. Look at the damn park job. Horrible. So last night I hear pop like that. Like pop. I'm like, what the hell was that? I go look out the window. And this chick pulled up to the driveway. And we had a garbage pail there because it was garbage night. She knocked it over. And then we had like light bulbs in there in the garbage. So those broke. So another mess, we cleaned it up. But at least she picked up the garbage pail and put it on the sidewalk, which was surprising. But now we see these Starbucks cups conveniently placed in front of my house. But then I'm talking to my other neighbor, and they pull up. Like somebody dropped them off. These two new neighbors, and they had Starbucks in their hands. And they didn't say hello or anything. They looked at me with their eyes bulged out over their head, and they started running. They looked over there at the floor. So I'm like, oh, it was them. Of course, it's in front of my house, Why not? Yeah, so that guy that was parked right here, he was dropping off pizzas to somebody's house. But, the way he was looking at me when I came out, he was texting. And then he looked at me and he started getting on the bike and driving away. Like, if you're not guilty of something, why would you just run away like that, That was all I did was come out of my house and I threw stuff in the recycle pail. So what? I wasn't really going to come up to him. I was just hanging out on my own porch. And he hightailed it out of here like I don't know what. So he was definitely, he already works for the pizzeria place. And he already was delivering pizza somewhere. And then he decided to come here to just hang out. That's what a lot of these delivery people do. Any food delivery people, they will sit in front of my house. And they just hang out there and then deliver whatever to anybody's house. And that's what the UPS driver does. UPS, FedEx, USPS. If they're not delivering to my house, why are they parked in front of my driveway? You know what I mean? And then one of them actually pulled into my driveway that one time. I was like, what are they doing? They got stuck in the street. So they pulled in to stick themselves. I was like, really? They're so damn obvious. They're really pathetic. They call us pathetic, but they're the real pathetic ones. So, Now I'm getting more trolls on my channel. Chief the Queef is back, so I just unlike his comments. Who cares? Everybody else can report him. Just report him when you see him on your channel. That's it. He had no headphones on. He was talking to himself. Anyways, so yeah. So if you see anybody like trolling you like that, just unlike their comment. And you know what? They keep saying we're the lonely ones, but they're seeking us out and then commenting on our channel. Like, they don't know us, you know? Like, how are they trying to find us? You know what I mean? They're definitely getting paid. Like, obviously, they're the lonely ones if they're sitting at their computer all day long looking at T.I.'s videos and channels and saying something on each and every individual video. They want us to respond to them, you know what I mean? They want us to fight back with them. I'm not doing that. Fuck them. I'm just telling my story, you know what I mean? I'm just talking on, you know, to other TIs. I'm not like really gonna talk back with them. Not that I'm not afraid of them or anything. I just they bore me, you know. I'm just out. Today is like 60 degrees out. It's like gorgeous out. I was like, I have to get out. I did a little chores in the house and I came out. That too, they don't want us to do anything like that. They don't want us to be home and do chores. They want us to be home and depressed. Because that's what they're doing. They're projecting that energy to us because that's what they're doing. Alright, so I'm gonna have to take my Bible out and start reading. Psalm 91, you know what I'm saying? And so I noticed though, like they're happy if I don't go out early. They walk past my house a million times, and they're just happy. What the hell is he saying? Anyway, and I noticed too. They walk past my house. They look at the camera. They get happy. It's like that's not real happiness, you know. Perp. They always have to wear army colors too. Whatever. Oh, look who's out. Look who it is. Douchey douche. He's stupid too. I've been coming out lately to get the mail or whatever. Oh, he actually didn't look over. I'm shocked. Like I said, he came out that one time I was talking to the other neighbor. And you know, we're just having like a small conversation. He flung the door open and was standing on the porch staring at us, like staring at me. What do you think I'm saying? You know, I wasn't talking about him. I was just, you know, having small talk with my neighbor. You don't want him to find out who you really are. He's gonna tell you that paranoid. Guess what? He gonna find out eventually. It's not gonna be a secret for much longer. I don't know why they keep insisting that they're not gonna get found out. This is the time where all this stuff's gonna get found out. So I had a perp waiting for me when I went to Dunkin', like always. I went a little early because I ordered it and I waited outside. I realized there was like too many people in there waiting, like right by the drinks. So I'm like, alright, I'll wait a few minutes. I stood right outside and there was a guy waiting. And he had army color pants on, but he looked like he was high as fuck. He was just standing like on the opposite side of the railing. He was just texting and kept looking back at me. I mean, I wasn't the only person out, so who else would he be looking at, you know what I mean? That's what they always have to stare. Stop what they're doing and stare because the demon in them is telling them to stare. And they don't, you know, how does people just automatically notice you're standing there and then give you dirty looks? Well, Jezebel spirit, that's what it's called. And then he kept looking at me waiting. Like, what are you waiting for? I'm not doing nothing. Like, you're really gonna wait for me? You're gonna sit here, stand there and wait for me to do something? Damn, I got a guilty conscience or what? So I waited for him to walk away from me and then I went in. He walked like he got something stuck up his ass. And he probably does have something stuck up his ass. Probably got a dildo up there. Or a butt plug. He walked like he was like, literally like he had something up his ass. It was kind of funny actually. It was hilarious. But I think he lives in the neighborhood because I've seen him more than once. I like walking around. I think I saw him. It wasn't last year. It wasn't last year, the year before. Anyway, when Duncan was across the street, I saw him. He was in the window seat, and he had an Illuminati eye on his sweatshirt. He was across the street. He parked his car. He flew. I tell you, flew to the window, like Twilight. You ever see the vampires in Twilight when they do that? Yeah, just like that. Stared at me, gave me the death stare while wearing sunglasses because he didn't want me to see his eyes staring at him because I didn't know what he was doing with his Illuminati eye shirt. And he gave me the death stare, and then all of a sudden he turned his back, started pointing up at the sky, mumbling to himself, and then pointing at me. I really wish I would have gotten it on video though, because it was fucking creepy. But I already knew what he was doing. And then I have like a something in my purse, St. Michael prayer. I took that out. I didn't even say it out loud. I was just reading it. Looking at it and reading it. All of a sudden, he turned around quick, saw it in my hand, and started running. He started running. I never saw anybody run that fast in my life. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Well, obviously, he knows that was a prayer, and it made him leave. I think that was the same guy. I don't have time to video every single perp. I could just describe it in a video. But yeah. At least they're showing themselves now, Before they only wanted to be in the shadows. Well, didn't you think once you gang stalk somebody so much, they're gonna get cameras on their property? You didn't think that? You didn't think that far ahead, genius? Why wouldn't I want to catch you doing stuff, So, I will always catch you anyway. God isn't watching you, so. You really think you're invincible, whatever it is? You're not. You failed at life if you think that. Trying to figure out. Yeah, so my neighbors go to the lodge all the time. They always leave every night to go to dinner. Where are they having dinner? Because everything's closed. So nothing's opening till like what, the 25th? They keep moving it up and up. They don't want us going out. So where they're going, and there was fancy dress. They're going to a lodge meeting. They go to the lodge meeting and they get dinner there. Oh, who's coming now? Let's see. I hear it. You hear it? They gotta be heard. Let's see. Who's coming? They never showed up. So anyways. So what was it the other day? I was sitting out here and she's walking around in the car with her fancy coat, her fancy Louis Vuitton. And she was all excited. Her husband's on the down low, so I don't know what she's excited about. During the week I came outside, there was no car in the driveway. And he was there, the father. He was talking to some young guy. And the young guy had his car in their driveway. And they were laughing, talking. He looked at me, and his eyes were bulging out of his head. He didn't expect me to come outside, I guess. He didn't think I was home, I guess. Like, why are you looking at me like that for? If you have nothing to hide, He definitely was on the down low. Well, they do that in the lodges. They have sex with each other. He's trying to get up there and, the masonry. Good. Get up there in your lodge and go out every night. I'll tell you, because it has been weird not hearing the door open every 5 seconds in the backyard. Usually by now he'd be out there, starting work on the garden and everything. So the fact that he's not doing that is like I was very suspicious from that moment. The best was their son. He was actually home. And he came up the block. He was already walking up the block. He saw me sitting here. He started running as fast as he could, and he stood in front of that tree smoking, right? And he kept looking at me. He was wearing red and blue clothes, because that's all he ever wears, the same kind of color clothes all the time, same type of clothes. And he's laughing to himself. So I'm like, what the fuck are you looking at, you perp? His eyes bulged out as fat, as wide and quick as he could. He went like that. Like, really? Who would respond like that if they weren't a perp? You know, if you're a regular person, wouldn't you come up to that person and say something and say, what does that mean? You know? And you would tell them, oh, I'm sorry, I thought you were a perp. And then you would explain to them what that is. But he went, like he couldn't believe I figured him out. What the fuck do you think you're doing all this shit to me? What do you think, I wasn't gonna figure that out? Like, is everybody retarded? I hate using that word, but how dense are you that you really think I don't know what you're doing? What do you think I yelled at you for? Fucking asshole. And I'm like, yeah, you. I'm talking to you, you perp. Like that. And he started running up the stairs, and he went in the house real quick. It was funny. I'm telling you, it's funny because they think, you know, people like me don't know at least. So I came out here before, and while I was talking to the neighbor, so, damn, he went all out. So I was talking to, you know, my neighbor, and then all these cars coming down the block, like so many cars, one after the other, one after the other. It's all perps, and handlers actually. And then one guy was driving a truck. You know, the back of the truck is like, you know, when they have the shipping containers and they have to put it on the truck. It was that type of truck without the shipping container on it. So he looked over at me. I was like, come on now. Like, I was actually scratching my head, so he must have thought something. I don't know what he thought. I was like, haha, you know. Well, they knew what he was up to. Come on now. You see all these cars going back now. You don't think they're really trying to spy on me to see what I'm saying on my phone? I know they are. It's the thing, they do it very slick like that. They make you think that you're paranoid, but they're the ones that are paranoid. If they're coming around you to see everything you're doing, that means they're the ones that are paranoid. Yep. And some of them, I see them as they're passing by me, they have their cell phones in their hand while they're driving. First of all, that's illegal. You're not supposed to do that because you could get into an accident. And they'll get away with it, so. They'll be like, oh, we'll give you less jail time if you hunt people down, you know what I mean? And that's what we get. And you see those delivery people on those types of bikes too. And they spy on us too. I had such a good relationship with the businesses in the area. So many of this whole Corona thing happened because I can't order from them anymore. There's one local restaurant in my area. I used to order from them like every week. Yeah. Well, there wasn't really no place to go even before the virus happened, so I would stay home in the winter time, order in, watch a movie. Hey, we even knew each other almost by name. Yeah. You know, something I enjoyed, and I had to give that up because of the virus. I mean, make it at home was not the same. But whatever. It is what it is. What can I tell you? See, he's a gangster. Listen to them. Them too. Their eyes bulged out of their heads. They thought we were talking about it, I guess. I just noticed it on the floor, the empty Starbucks cups. They know their garbage, where their garbage pail is now. They don't want to put it in there. They'd rather leave it in front of my house so we get a ticket. I didn't even know he was wearing army colors till just now. With the way they threw their garbage out, like they did that to a couple of houses and they put it in the snow pile. I mean, I guess if you don't live in a house and you live in an apartment, maybe they didn't know, But they should have asked the landlord. Well, the landlord should have told them right away, tonight's garbage night. This is how you have to, put the garbage out. So, well, he did tell them afterwards, and they still throw the garbage out in front of my house, so what can I tell you? And cigarette butts too. I don't know if you can see a cigarette butt. Alright, got the guy in the basement doing that too. Anyway, well, this is why we don't like living here anymore. I mean, if I could afford it, I would move out too. Well, there's a little punch buggy. Anybody in there? Just pulled up out of nowhere. I'm sorry, these videos are very long. But, something to talk about, something to do. So yeah, just, get as much proof as you can. If you watch the news, there's a lot of people that are getting yelled at for no reason, just for walking down the block. People have to hold their tongue nowadays. You can't fight them back. You get sued for that. As a white woman, we don't claim those Karens and Darrens. I don't do that. I walk to wherever I have to go, or I'm out in the store with family. I don't say nothing to people. But I went to the store yesterday. My sister and this guy, he had like a construction hat on. He had the vest. He had the orange and green colors, all those colors. And then I don't understand. I don't know why she doesn't see it. I guess but she was picking something out, like the vegetables. And he was standing behind her. She doesn't want people standing behind you. 6 feet away. You have to follow the rules when it goes to stop. So what happens is he's standing directly behind her. Like, I think he was doing it on purpose. So I'm on the other side, and I didn't see him do that. So she goes, look at this. He's like standing right there where I can't even pass him. And she's telling me, I look over at him, and he was laughing. So, okay, he's doing that on purpose then. And I didn't see him laugh the first time, but I noticed he was laughing. I was like, what is wrong with these people? Hey. So cute. Little doggy. So cute. It's the guy that always comes by here with the dog. And he gets mad when I say how cute the dog is. Today he's got headphones on so he doesn't have to hear me say it. Hi. Oh, so beautiful huskies, huh? Light blue eyes, like gray and blue eyes, so pretty. Usually the dog doesn't look at me. But today the dog looked at me. So cute. Yesterday there was a mourning dog on my tree while I sat here. It was looking at me too. I like seeing nature and animals. What can I tell you? Anyways. They love to piss us off. They love to trigger us. They love to mess with our Wi-Fi. Like today I was watching something. It was a lesson about the world. And the guy on the video was telling us, this is what people do in society and how it's rigged and all this stuff. But every sentence he was saying, not even a sentence, every letter and each word, it would start to buffer. So I kept saying, Lord have mercy. The devil gonna keep doing this, But it's true. These people that know how to hack into people's accounts and everything, they worship the devil. So that's how that happens. They send the demons out to look for people who are watching this kind of stuff, to stop us from hearing the word. And I said out loud, I am not shutting this off. I am willing to leave it on, and I'm going to make it louder. And then after eventually it stopped, it started working. So, what can I do? It's the demons doing it. Demons can go fuck themselves too. Well, you know, everybody cares about is money and fortune and cars and all this other stuff. It's not even important. And when you die, that stuff gets sold off to auction. So, kind of can't take it where you're going. And if you wait till, I don't know, the last minute to repent, I don't know if that's going to work, but whatever. Fame and fortune ain't worth it if you gotta sell your soul. And if the people that are in Hollywood didn't know they had to do that stuff, I feel bad for them. But for the ones that knew it and don't care about themselves, about their soul, about their eternal life, I don't feel bad about them. For them, you know, people will do anything for fame and fortune, bend over and all that stuff. Yeah. You know what? You can't help everybody, unfortunately. No matter how much you want to. Alright. I'm done rambling for the day. I'm always going to have trolls in real life, too. You know, the important thing the guy said on the video was, because he does the same thing, he makes videos in public, and nobody says anything. Nobody looks at him, nobody says anything. He goes, that's how you know that those people know that you have protection against you. Because anybody else, if they wouldn't make a video, they would get screamed at and everything. Again, if you make a video for your channel, like I do, they don't say nothing because they look at you and go, oh shit, I can't say nothing. Like they know. But I didn't know this about myself until I went out and started making videos. Usually I was in the house doing it. Then once I went out and started making videos, I'm like, oh, nobody's saying anything, which is good. But that's why. Like I said, right now, I mean, it's all good for right now. But I will be praying up and doing what I gotta do to get protection against my house. You know, all the wickedness that's out there. They're not gonna like it. Too fucking bad. Justice needs to be done. Karma needs to get them. I'm tired of their shit. Don't piss off a Christian. Don't piss off one of God's children. You will not like what's gonna happen to you. See? They're beeping and honking. Beeping and honking. Beeping and honking. Beeping and honking. That's what they know how to do, right? Huh. I don't know why these trucks that are turning on right now ain't coming near me. I want you to hear the other truck rev up its engine. It's up the block a little bit. It doesn't say Toys for Tots on it anymore, but it's like a yellow white striped car. Like the Bumblebee from the Transformers movie. It's a young couple that has this truck in this car. How could you afford that car? You know, at that age, no. Usually, back in the day, we would see older people with that car. You know, you retire and you buy a sports car. You know, and you're enjoying the fruits of your labor. That's usually what it used to be. Now everybody has a car like that. And that's gonna be your first car, and you're a couple, and you're married, and you're like 19. That's perks of being a gangster. But it makes no sense to have that kind of privilege, you know. I guess that we deserve those kinds of privileges for the shit we've been through. But they make sure that they steal it before we can get it. It's called narcissistic, demonically possessed asshole. That's what it's called. If you don't know, now you know. I'm gonna make a list of songs for STIs. But I got some stuff on the list, but I want to make a bigger list. You know, like a regular sized paper. And write down all the lists. Plus, I want to get all the movies that have gang stuff in it and TV shows. We can all try to look up together. Excuse me. See, now they're all coming out. Alright, I'm gonna go in. I'll see you later. Bye.